Going live or what? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Football Fan 148, and today, guys, I'm going to be talking about Premier League games today, and I'm also going to be keeping a track of all your comments via the Alcatel Pop, my new Alcatel Pop tablet. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go to YouTube now just to quickly see who is going to watch this. Let's have a look. Let's you know my thing, guys. Let's have a look at this, and everything should be uploaded pretty soon. Well, being anyway. But anyway, if it isn't uploading or what have you. But anyway, welcome to the stream, guys. I am Football Fan 148. Okay, the error occurred. I'll just tap it again there. But anyway, yes, guys, I am Football Fan 148, and today I'm going to be talking about Coolman21 says hello, Coolman21. Yes, guys, today I am going to be talking about this weekend's Premier League games, and I may even do a few in the Championship. Just depends on how I am feeling tonight. But anyway, let's go up BBC Sport, see if I can try and have a look on the previews there. Okay, guys. Now this, guys, I do often get the BBC Sport app, just in case for like a few things. Who will win the Prem? Who do I think will win the Prem? That's a difficult decision, actually, cool man. Because tonight, it's like those things where it's like a pain where it's really too early to call. It's too early to say, really, because Coolman21, really too early to call. Because, I mean, if you look at the Premier League table, Chelsea are top on goal difference at the minute, ahead of this weekend's games. But I mean, we're only 5 games in. It's not exactly like huge or nothing. But I mean, we're only like 5 games in. We'll wait until match day, I don't know, match day 11 or 12. Then I will give you my predictions for the Premier League title. I'll give you my predictions on. Wait until match day 11 or 12 on that one, guys. Yes, I am looking at this. Aguero's extended his Manchester City deal to 2021, so it's just a 1-year extension, guys. So it ain't like nothing huge or whatever. But anyway, let's go to scores and fixtures, because this weekend is huge in the Premier League department. The early game sees Fulham take on Watford, and with this one, I think with this game, it's interesting really, because I mean it affects both ends of the table. With Fulham playing Watford, I feel that Fulham really need to pressure. Well, what's the word for it? Really need to push up the tempo after their defeat to Manchester City last week. And to be honest, in that game, when I was watching it on Match of the Day, they didn't show much. I mean, Manchester City, they scored 3 crucial goals right in the first half, and that killed it. Oh, hello, Gopnik man. What's up, mate? Thank you very much for joining the stream. But anyway, as I was saying about the Fulham Watford, I mean, Fulham, they really need to push up the tempo after their defeat against Man City. They scored 3 good goals, City. I mean, the first one they scored was an absolute howler of a mistake from Fulham. I mean, they just let them have the ball and bang, 1-0. Now, the second and third goals, yeah, the second and third goals, they were better. They were better than what I was looking at. Than what I was looking at. Because, for one, the goalkeeper in the game, Bettinelli, I think if he had not made those crucial saves in the game, I think Manchester City could have well been way out of sight. Really, I mean, they could have been, I don't know, five. They could have been 4-5-0 up by half time, in my opinion. But anyway, let's just move on to this game. I think with Fulham, right? I think at the minute they're not doing well because their captain Tom Cairney out injured. And I think he really affects the team. Sorry. And so does Ryan Sessegnon. And when they're not on the pitch, Fulham completely fall apart. Oh, I've got a few comments I'd like to read. Yeah. Yes, Gopnik man, there is a guy on YouTube who's pretending to be me. And Coolman21 says thank you very much, Coolman21, for subscribing to my channel. And guys, please do subscribe to my channel. I am looking for new subscribers. So subscribe down in the comments below. No, I meant click the subscribe button down below, and really, guys, I would appreciate it if you did subscribe. But anyway, I was talking about Ryan Sessegnon and Tom Cairney, and I think they really affect the team because without Sessegnon and Cairney there, I think they really fall apart for them. Because I mean, with Sessegnon on that pitch, I think he makes a bit of creative inspiration for Fulham. He causes the opposition real big trouble, especially on the left and right wings, really. Because I mean, that's the most dangerous positions for a winger to cause the opposition problems. Because, I mean, if you've got a quick and pacey player with Sessegnon who can do like real damage. I mean, if you've only got one defender or one or two defenders on him there, I think really that he can cause you lots of trouble. I mean, he's skillful as well. And I was watching the championship games last year, and he's very, very good. And he can score goals in the quick of an eye. I mean in the blink of an eye. Basically, he's like right on the edge of the penalty box, makes like one move to his right and then shuffles on his left, and can definitely deliver a very pacey ball into the box, and he can score goals as well. I mean, especially outside the area. All he needs is just like one defender to be out of line outside the area, has a pop, and bang, goes in the back of the net, completely in the back of the net. And it's the same with Cairney. I mean, with Cairney being attacking midfielder, I think with Fulham, right? Cairney, I mean, he scores goals, really good ones. Plus, he's a bit like Sessegnon. I mean, definitely really good in midfield third. He's quick, pacey, and he's very skillful. So, that's all the things that Fulham want in a central midfielder. Can do very well. I mean, all he needs is the one defender to be really sloppy at the back, and he just pounces onto it. Quick as a flash. Quick as a flash, he pounces onto that ball and he creates something from that loose ball. He really does. So that'll be really interesting to see. I mean, but also with Watford, I think Javi Garcia, I think he'd really regenerated them. He has. Because, I mean, look at the start of the season Watford have had, right? They had either 2-0 win over. Hang on a minute, let me look that up quickly. Let me look at Watford results. Hang on. Yeah, Watford results and the fixtures, guys. But hang on, let me have a look here. Hang on a minute, let me have a look here. Yeah. I mean, at the minute, with Watford, they won their first game. They won their first game of the season against Brighton. Oh, I subbed. I am so sad that I have to go to bed. So thanks. Bye. Okay, cool, man. Thank you very much for subscribing and watching the stream. So thank you very much. And as I was saying about Watford, right? I mean, if we look at their results and fixtures, let's look at the result. Let's look at the results for August. Let's look at their results for August. They won 2-0 against Brighton, 3-1 against Burnley, 2-1 against Palace, 2-0 against Reading, but that was in the EFL Cup. Let's have a look at the results. And they beat Spurs 2-1. So they won their first, 4 games of the Premier League season. And then last weekend, they lost to Man United. But don't get me wrong, I think Watford in the second half of that game against Manchester United, they really sparkled. They really did. They caused Manchester United lots and lots of problems. They really did. And when you're Man United sloppy at the back, I think in that game, if David De Gea hadn't been in goal for Man United that day, Manchester United would have lost that game to Watford. Hook, line, and sinker, I'm telling you. Because, I mean, Watford in that game, although in the first half they weren't exactly great, they weren't exactly the best in the first half. I think Man United had more of the chances in the game. I think Watford, they put on a decent performance against Manchester United. They really did. So, this game against Fulham, I think Watford could do that again. They really could. But I mean, in the next games they've got coming up, actually look really interesting. I mean, they've got the game against Fulham. They got Tottenham Hotspurs in the EFL Cup on Wednesday night at Stadium MK because Spurs moved their fixture, had to move the Stadium MK because of and the EFL granted it. So they've got Spurs in the cup on Wednesday night. Then they've got Arsenal in the league on next Saturday. Then they've got Bournemouth in the league on the 6th. Wolverhampton Wanderers on the 20th of October. There's like a huge gap between there because of the international break. And then they've got Huddersfield Town, who are really struggling towards the end of October on the 27th. So I feel that some of those games, I mean, the Arsenal one, I think will give Watford a really give them a bit challenge as well, to be honest. I mean, Arsenal, they are like a quick attacking squad. I mean, They can score goals right from set pieces. They really can. And also, yeah, I mean, that game, I think it will be interesting. I think it will be interesting, that game. Fulham, Watford. Okay, the next game we're going to be talking about is the Burnley Bournemouth one. And that game, I think for Bournemouth, that game could be their easiest one of the season so far. I mean, if you look at Burnley, they're currently bottom of the league. Played five, just the 1 point. Just on the 1 point after what they did last year, Burnley. It's like so bad to see. It's like so bad. Burnley in a minute. I mean, look at their last few fixtures and results. Let's just have a look at it. Let's have a look. Yeah. Yeah. They they drew 0-0 against Southampton on the start of the season. They lost. No, that was the point they've got so far. Then look at the other results: 3-1 against Watford, 4-2 against Fulham, 1-0 against Burnley. No, against Wolves. Sorry, and 2-0 against Man United. So not exactly great. And for Burnley, I think the fixtures for them interesting. I mean, they've got Burton Albion in the cup on Tuesday, and then they've got Cardiff City on the league again on next Sunday. So I feel in some cases that with the Cardiff City one, I think that could be a relegation game. It really could. Because I see Cardiff City being that other team definitely battling against relegation this year. I really can. Because at the minute, I mean, some games I can see being easy, but I think that game for Burnley against Cardiff will be a relegation dogfire. But this one against Birmingham, Birmingham. I mean, this one against Bournemouth. Sorry, this one against Bournemouth. I think will be a difficult test. I mean, Bournemouth they have players such as Josh King. I mean, that Wilson bloke. They've Stanislas and and um and who else? Fraser and Brooks. I think those. No, not Brooks. I meant what else? And especially especially those players. I think they'll cause Burnley all types of problems. To be honest, I really could see that happening. Because Burnley at the minute, their defensive record is awful. I mean, hang on a minute, let's just have a look at the goals they've conceded so far in the Premier League. Right, they've conceded 10 goals in their opening 5 games. So that is absolutely ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous, guys. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can try and give I'm gonna see if I can try and yeah, I'm gonna see if I can try and yeah, I'm gonna see if I can try and I'm gonna see if I can try and call these guys. See what's happening. I'm gonna give these guys a call. See what's happening. If anyone wanted to do a live stream, yeah, I'm just seeing if Man United fans stand or does this, if those guys wanted to do a quick live stream there. So I'm not exactly sure if they're available to talk football, but if they are, let's hope I can get everything back from them later on. But as I was saying, Burnley conceding 10 goals in 5 games, that's ridiculous. Seems more like an Aston Villa start. I mean, with Aston Villa, they started off like that in the 2015/16 season. They really did. And I think that's what led them to their downfall. It really is. I think that's what led them to their downfall. Really, it was. So, I mean, if Villa did that back in 2015/16, I think the game against against Bournemouth. I think if they put out a strong squad, I think they could win. They could at least force a draw. But I think my match prediction on that one will be at least. I think it'll be 3-1 Bournemouth. I really do. I really could that thing. This thing going either way. Okay, next one. Next game is Cardiff City versus Manchester City. Now, okay, we've got two teams here. Definitely, definitely going wrong. I mean, Cardiff, they're currently lingering around the relegation zone just on goal difference. Or difference with Manchester City trying to press Chelsea and Liverpool at the title. So what could happen here is if Liverpool lose to Southampton, and since Chelsea don't play tomorrow, Manchester City could temporarily be top of the Premier League. They really could be. So that's what I'm seeing. But I think it'll be a tough game for Neil Warnock and his Cardiff City side because with Chelsea, they didn't exactly do well. I mean, Chelsea really dominated from start to finish. They really did. And I think the games for Cardiff, I think they're only going to get tougher and tougher. They've got Man City this weekend and they've got Burnley next. But they've got Cardiff City. No, I mean, they've got Tottenham Hotspur, they've got Fulham, and they've got Liverpool. And then they've got Leicester, Brighton, and Everton. All in their next 8 games. So I think some of those games they were like really unlucky. Because especially with the game against Cardiff. It was difficult. It really was for them. I mean, against a side like Arsenal, they were struggling really at the back. They really were. I mean, let's look at one thing. I mean, for the last few games, Let's have a look at how many goals they conceded. Minute. Okay, they conceded 12 goals, or just the 4. So they've got a goal difference of -6. And that, guys, I think that isn't Premier League quality. That really isn't. I mean, hang on. Let's look at the table quickly again. Let's look at the table. Look at the table. Yeah, Cardiff City, 2 points from 5 games. That clearly isn't a good enough start. That really isn't. I mean, let's just have a look here. I mean, with City, they've got players like Sergio Aguero. They've got players like Sergio Aguero, Riyad Mahrez, Gabriel Jesus. Who else? Leroy Sane, Sterling, Edison. I think they've got plenty of quality players, Man City. So I think for Cardiff, I can only see Man City winning that one. I really can. Okay, Crystal Palace, Newcastle. That's the next one. Okay. So for this game, oh blimey. I really can't see this one being much entertainment, guys. Newcastle ain't doing great. I mean, Crystal Palace, they're currently 12th in the Premier League table on 6 points from 5 games. So not bad, but not great either. Because I mean, with Fulham, they're not exactly. No, I meant with Crystal Palace, they're not exactly a great start, are they? They haven't got a great start. And I think that game could be really dodgy. I mean, Newcastle, don't get me wrong, they've got really good players, but I don't think they've got that sort of players to just exactly create anything much. And I mean, Crystal Palace, we've got Wilfred Zaha, and he can definitely cause some problems. I mean, he's already scored 3 this season, so it's going to be interesting to see at the minute. Let's have a look at the top scorers at the minute in the Premier League for Newcastle. At the minute, Newcastle, Wilfred Zaha. Let's look at his stats here. He's got 120 minutes per goal. He's played 360 minutes. Got 3 goals, and he's got 86% of his shots have been on target with a total of 7. That means only 1 of his shots have been off target. And with Newcastle, exactly, they haven't scored a goal yet. They really haven't. Well, except for that one they scored against Chelsea, which, in my fairness, really shouldn't have been a goal. In fairness, really should have been like one of those incident. The referee really should have stopped in the first place, really, but he didn't, and so they got a lucky goal. But that game, I can really see as being dodgy. Not exactly a great motivator. Really can't see that. Oh my god. This game, the Leicester City Huddersfield Town. This one's gonna be This one ain't gonna be much better. Because Leicester, they're without their captain for this game, Wes Morgan, after he got sent off for a stupid decision he did against Bournemouth. He went. Basically body checked Fraser when he was on goal, and he was on a yellow card already. And that's what made it that much worse. It really was. So I think with this at the minute, I think we can say this, and with Huddersfield's form recently, Huddersfield's form recently, that they haven't been great, Huddersfield. 2 points from just a possible 15. Not great at all. I think that's what could lead them to going down this season. I can really see it happening. I can really just see it happening. I can see Huddersfield going down this season and Leicester staying up. But I think Leicester in this game, there's really not much to say. They did poorly against Bournemouth. Not much of their star players were great that day, but I think for Claude Puel, I think he's hoping that his players can come back against disappointed Huddersfield Town, whose form haven't actually been great. 2 points from 15, miserable form, and I'm hoping that they could and hopes they could win the game in that one. So I've got 3, and I'll discuss the others tomorrow. Okay, guys. So we've got Liverpool versus Southampton. Will be. Liverpool without Firmino. Without Firmino, who was on the bench against PSG. They weren't exactly great. They conceded 2 goals. With Firmino, they've done really well. This game, I could see going anything. Southampton, then they're without their on loan striker Danny Ings for this game, so he can't play against his apparent club, so he's ineligible. And Firmino, he's fully recovered after this eye incident with Vertonghen on last Saturday. So Sadio Mane, you'll be facing his former club, and I think with the players Liverpool got and the players Southampton have got between them, I think it'll be a very tight game because Southampton, they're definitely sorted their defence out. I think, especially with the midfielders they've got and the attacking players, I think Southampton and Liverpool, I think that game will be really tight, and I could see it being a draw myself. I could really see this game being a draw. I really could. So I'm going to predict 2-2 with Firmino and Mane scoring for Liverpool and Nathan Redmond for Southampton and Nathan Redmond and Højbjerg scoring for them. So interesting game that one could be. So, okay, next one. Manchester United Wolves. Wolves. This is my now this one I feel this one again like my last one. This could be an anticipated game. This really could. I think. I think with this game, Manchester United and Wolves. I think Wolves has got to be Manchester United's. It's got to be Wolves. It's got to be Wolves' I mean, Wolves has got to be Manchester United's biggest challenge so far out the promoted clubs. I mean, Wolves, they are like so interesting to actually watch, you know? They're like so interesting. I mean, they can catch teams on the counter attack. I was watching them against West Ham. They pass the ball really well and can cause opposition problems. They really can on the counter attack. I mean, Amanda Traore. I mean, this she comes off the bench. He was really quick. I mean, for Middlesbrough, when I was watching him play against Reading, he was like really quick, especially down the wings, so he could cause Man United trouble. Really, down the wings, but Man United, I reckon with the bright squad, I think they could really give Wolves trouble as well. Because I mean, especially with Lukaku up front, I mean, he could cause them some really big trouble, especially up front. And he's a very good scorer, so I think he'll score. But I think the game will be at least either 1-1 or 2-1, like the no, like the Liverpool Southampton. And the last one for tonight is the late game tomorrow, which sees Brighton and Hove Albion face Tottenham Hotspur. And Tottenham Hotspur, what the heck is happening to them? I mean, seriously. It's been Tottenham's worst week for a long time. They were awful against Liverpool. I mean, they're defending against Inter. That was complete. It was completely catastrophic. It was poor games management as well, and it's been absolutely chaos over their new stadium. I mean, they were supposed to play in it against Liverpool, but apparently apparently it was delayed, so they had to be moved in to Wembley. I think that's more Spurs fans. They're complaining about Mourinho Pochettino. It's nonsense that to attack the manager. He's transformed the club into a team that were like completely competing for the like Champions League or Europa League places. He's made them into title contenders. And I mean, I don't want to take a pop at Pochettino or anything, because I really see him as a good manager. But as a Chelsea fan, I could really see Tottenham doing poorly. I really could. Because Spurs, they gave away lots of mistakes against Liverpool. I mean, there could have been at least 5 or 4 goals Liverpool had scored. Spurs were lucky it was just 2. Really, they were. I mean, they gave the ball away so many times to Liverpool. And I think they'll do the same against Brighton. I really can seeing that happening. But Brighton, Brighton, but I mean, if Brighton play like they did against first half at Southampton, I think Spurs could really cause them lots of problems, especially at the back. But the 2 league victories in 16 league and cup games is not enough. It really isn't. But I could see them getting a point here against a club that's doing with problems on and off the pitch. I mean, they play poorly, and their stadium is absolutely mental. The plans for that has gone absolutely downhill at the minute. So I could see that being like a 1-1 draw. I really could do. But if Spurs play poorly, I could see Brighton winning it. I really could. Oh, hang on. We've actually got a guy watching it. Hang on, we've got a guy watching. Hey man, trial rate will be a handful with the pace he brings. I reckon Brighton can get a result if they play to the best of their ability. Yeah, I think Brighton with the squad they've got, they're definitely interesting to watch. I mean, Glenn Murray, when he's in the penalty box, he's like really, really interesting to watch. He causes the defence lots of problems. I was watching the game against Fulham, and he caused the defence like loads of problems. He's like basically bruising the Fulham defence. He's very skillful as well, Murray. He can take the ball in like from there and move it just around the defenders, can just get around and win like a penalty or a corner from it. He's very good, Glenn Murray, but I think I could see someone else definitely taking charge. Okay. So guys, that is the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Listen, I will bring you the other previews either tomorrow or either Sunday. Oh, and also guys, I will be doing a West Ham versus Chelsea watch along. So guys, please stay tuned in for that, guys. So I will be watching that, and also I'll be looking at your comments as well also while watching that. Oh, and I will also be doing a vlog video on the Reading versus Hull City game tomorrow, and I will also be doing a pre-match live stream and also a match review live stream as well. So guys, that is the end of the video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please enjoy the rest of your evenings, and I will see you later. Peace out. This is Football Fan 148 signing out. Hope you have a great evening, guys. See you later. Peace.